Hello, welcome to the Tea Party Hunter channel. Planning to come to California and go to the beach anytime soon? Well, here's what to expect. First of all, let me just do a big spoiler. They don't plan on opening them officially, including the parking lots, until the 4th of July. You want to see a civil war in California? Wait till it starts popping 90 degrees on a regular basis and they say you can't go to the beach. Oh, good Lord, no. All those taxes, all the money you spend to live in California for rent and everything else, and you can't go to the beach? There's no freaking point in being in California if you can't go to the beach. Oh, and Disneyland. What about Disneyland? You remember, the governor said of California that this state isn't going to open until there's a vaccine. Well, then you can kiss Disneyland goodbye. They're going to be bulldozing it because guess what? If they don't get to reopen, Disney is going to fold. They just borrowed $11 billion more last week after borrowing $6 billion a few weeks ago. That's $17 billion. Okay, now sure, that's not the $54 billion that California's in the hawk, but nonetheless, this is not going to be allowed to happen. The cootie is real, the scam and the hysteria. That's where the scam is in the hysteria. LA County beaches reopen with restrictions. Here's what you can and can't do. Okay. Let's see if I can get this video to play. Nah, I won't play when I'm doing this. Yeah, it shows all these people biking and all these cops without masks, and the reporter even highlights that the cops aren't wearing the mask. Los Angeles County beaches opened Wednesday morning for limited use after being closed 6 weeks ago because of escalating cootie crisis. In allowing people to go back to the shorelines, county officials have imposed major restrictions. Boy, that ain't no lie. These include requiring beachgoers to wear facial coverings when they're not in the water. Ain't happening. You can watch the clip above, and it's like, no, they don't care. But they are staying 6 feet apart. And we all know the cootie doesn't survive in the wind, in the sunshine. It's so stupid. And only permitting the area to be used for physical activity and exercise. Here's what you can do. Individual or family activities. Examples include surfing, swimming, kayaking, paddleboarding, body surfing. Individual or family activity, recreation exercises. Examples include walking, jogging, and running. Okay. Not allowed sunbathing, sitting, or lying on sand. Because that's going to spread the cootie. How? Oh, no, there's no science behind this. There's just not. The science says you're completely fine. Picnicking. The use of chairs and beaches, umbrellas, canopies. Again, there's no science behind any of this. Biking, fishing. Oh, and there's tons of bikes. There's tons of bikes in the video above. Let's see. Groups or organized sports such as volleyball. No, there's not that many because they didn't open the parking lots, which means all those people who live in the beach neighborhoods who already have really bad parking anyways, it just got a lot worse. What remains closed? Beach parking lots. Why? Why are the beach parking? You said they're open. Oh, geez. Bike paths on the sand. I don't even know where those are. I go down there all the time. I have no clue where the bike paths are on the sand. Well, I really don't. And I've ridden all the way from Malibu down to Venice, and then whatever the next one is. Yeah, that was a long ride, by the way. Okay, let's see. Piers, boardwalks, and walkways. Yep. So, in other words, all the businesses that are like, can we please make some money and stay open? And, feed our children? No. Stop asking. Beach access ways. Volleyball nets. Yeah. There wasn't that many people there. Because, again, where are you going to park? Yeah. Anyways. The following is mandatory when going to the beach. Wearing a face covering. Nobody's doing it. When out of the water. Yeah, nobody's doing it. Whatever. What's next? Okay, so here's where the real horror story comes in. If it all goes well, the parking lots could be partially reopened and beachgoers may be allowed to bring things like, chairs and umbrellas in their next phase of the beach reopening, according to Nicole Moradin, the LA County Department of Beaches and Harbors. Well, that's so kind of them to let us do that when the science says it's completely fine. Depending on whether people adhere to the restrictions and provide overcrowding isn't the problem. That might come in 6 weeks. That's the 4th of July. Depending on whether people adhere to restrictions and provided overcrowding isn't a problem, that might come in 6 weeks opening. That's the 4th of July. They don't want to open the beaches till the 4th. That ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. You've seen what happened in Michigan. You've seen what happened in Wisconsin. It's not going to happen. You're not going to keep people off the beaches until the 4th of July. It's sorry. In the land of the free and the home of the beaches, baby. We're going back to the beach. Get out of the way. You know, California was formed by the gold rush in 1849. Yes, there were people here before. Handful of Indians and a handful of white people. Handful of Spanish people. Bigger handful of Spanish people, actually. And a bigger handful of Russians, but that's for you history buffs. Anyways, when the gold rush happened, you had all these people, and let's use an olden days term since we're talking about 1849, a bunch of ne'er-do-wells who wanted to strike it rich and get rich fast. And so they moved to California to get rich fast. If you got there within the first couple of weeks, you did. If you didn't, then you had to be smart and diversify and open up stores for selling shovels and stuff like that. It hasn't changed. It's like if you move to Hollywood to be a movie star, yeah, good luck with that. But if you move to California to sell stuff to people that want to be movie stars, it's the same thing. You're going to make a fortune because there's always the newbies that think, I'll be the next one. Yeah, well, somebody has to be, but will it be you? We don't know. So the point being, California was born out of rebels. You can go back to the Spanish conquistadors. You can go to the gold rushers. It doesn't matter what you pick. If you're not an indigenous Indian folk, then yeah, this state was born of rebel rousers and rule breakers, and it kind of hasn't changed. I mean, they don't call it a California stop for nothing. Laws here, and now it's a sanctuary state because, again, this state doesn't give a fecal matter about laws. It just doesn't. And they think they're going to keep the beaches closed till the 4th of July, to celebrate our independence and freedom. Think about that overlapping irony. It's not going to happen. And Disneyland? Do we need to sing a dirge and a funeral song for Disneyland? It's looking like it. It really is. And I did see, if you haven't seen it yet, Shanghai Disney opened, and they have this Tron Land that opened up. Oh, dude, it's cool. I mean, it's really cool. And after the hideously depressing non-Star Wars land that opened up in Disneyland in Florida, when you look at the Tron Land in Shanghai, I'm like, dang, why didn't we get something like that? That's freaking cool. I mean, look it up if you haven't seen it. It's wow. I mean, the roller coaster where you're on the Tron cars. Oh my God, it's so cool. But not here, not in California, because Disneyland can't open until we get a vaccine. You know what? I'm not going to say we're never going to get a vaccine, but don't count on it. Don't count on it. And don't count on these people getting reelected either. You already had California flip the Katie Hill seat back to a Republican for the first time in 20 years. So don't be surprised a lick if all of these California people don't get thrown out on their keisters. But then again, the surveys keep saying that, we don't want to go out. We don't. Yeah, well, wait till that $600 bonus buck stops at the end of July in your unemployment check. And then you actually have to try and really make a living. Then we'll see what happens. And July is long before the November election. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the future at the beach, baby.